Hey up everyone, Magpie Gaming here, bringing you a Wild West Online video. Now you might be forgiven for wondering what the hell Wild West Online is, so I'll give you a little bit of history on this game. Now roughly around a month, maybe just over a month ago, there was a picture that appeared on the GTA forums. That's this picture that you can see on screen now. And basically a user signed up to the GTA forums, dropped this picture and then vanished, and it went viral, all of the news websites picked it up, and they was basically wondering, is this a capture from Red Dead Redemption 2? Of course, we've seen very little from Red Dead Redemption 2, we've only had, I think it's one teaser trailer, and a handful of pictures come out, and then it's just vanished, so people thought, well, is this a capture from the game? Picture was pulled apart for a couple of days. A lot of people said that it couldn't be a capture, there wasn't enough detail in the picture. Some people said, well, maybe it's just concept art from the game. And then a studio called 612 Games came out and said, no, actually that's from our game, Wild West Online, which is an online MMO. And basically from that happening, this game gained a lot of notoriety, basically. Got itself a lot of views. Now, you can wonder whether or not it was somebody from Wild West Online or somebody that likes the game or is affiliated with the game. Basically went and dropped this image on the GTA forums to drum up a bit of business. Or was it just somebody that simply mistook the picture for something out of Red Dead Redemption 2 and posted it? You don't know. It could go either way, but either way, the upshot of that picture was that this game got itself basically gained a lot of popularity from it. So I started following this company on Facebook, looking at what they was putting, what they had to say. As you can see from some of these are actually in-game screenshots. It does look really good. So I thought, yeah, I might follow this. We don't have a lot of... In fact, I can't think of one Wild West themed MMO, so you've really only got Red Dead Redemption that kind of fills that Wild West void. So I thought, okay, I'll stick with it, I'll ride with it, see what happens. And then a few weeks ago, there was rumours that this game was affiliated with a guy called Sergei Titov. Now, I have heard his name before but didn't really know too much about him, so I've done a bit of digging, and if you do a search on YouTube you will find a lot of people talking about this game in regards of this guy. Now, he's quite well known as being basically just a complete con man, promising games, taking the money for early access, and then when the game comes out it's a complete pile of shit. So quite rightly a lot of people were dubious about Wild West Online. Are you affiliated with him? Is this another one of his con tricks? Is it just going to be a big con? You're going to sell us on these nice renders and then bugger all happens, or we get a really shit game at the end of it. So devs came out and said that they have absolutely no affiliation with Sergei Titov whatsoever. He has nothing to do with the running of the game. He's not an investor in the game. The only thing that he has to do with the game is that his engine, which I think is copyrighted to him, the Nightshade engine, is the engine that they're using within game, and that is the only sort of connection that he has to this game. Now, a lot of people have bought that, a lot of people have said, I don't know, I'm going to sit and wait. But the promise of this game is very good. I like the sound of it. It does sound like it'd be a really good game to get into. There's quite a bit of media to look at now in terms of pictures. I think there's 2 video renders, which I can't find. I found one of them, but I haven't found the other one. Now, yesterday, early bird access went up on their webpage where you could gain early access to the game. It's 3 different pricing tiers. These are $19.99, $39.99 and $59.99, and they're listed in euros on the website. And these get you varying amounts of access, but each one will gain you access to the closed beta. Now, the $39.99 and the $59.99 will allow you access to the closed alpha events. And basically, this is where it gets quite interesting. If you buy either of those packages, you get access to the closed alpha, which is set to start, I think, around the middle to the end of July. Now, you can buy the game, play the alpha, and if you don't like it, there is a no questions asked refund after you have played the first alpha. There's going to be 2 alpha phases. If you play the first one and you don't like it, you can have your money back. No questions asked. If you keep it and move on to the second alpha, then there's obviously no refund. Then you've decided to stick with the game and go through with it. So I'm on the fence. I don't know. I don't want to purchase this game and get burned by it, but I do like the idea of the game. So I'm a bit undecided right now. I don't know if I'm going to go for it. I like the idea of the game, but I don't want to get ripped off. Basically, I don't want to buy into a game and it turn out to be a load of crap. I want to put on this channel games games that people want to follow and want to know about, and I don't want to invest what limited time I have in a game that might not come to fruition. But there again, it could be the next big thing, you don't know. So, as I say, a bit undecided right now. I'm going to look into it a little bit more over the next few days and decide whether I want to go for it or not. One thing that I find odd is that the pricing on the website is in euros, and then when you actually go to the website to buy it, it's then listed in dollars. So for me personally, it listed in euros, converting into British pounds, but then converted into dollars, it becomes a little bit cheaper. So that's a bonus. But I'm going to look at it, like I say, and make a more informed decision over the next few days. I'm going to look into the forums of this game, what other people are saying. When they put the early access up on Facebook, they put a notice about it. There was a hell of a lot of people that were buying into it. There was a lot of people that were quite rightly questioning certain things, like, you know, when are we going to actually see some in-game footage? Would you buy into a game before you see in-game footage? You're actually not going to get to see in-game footage before this early access ends. This early access will end on July the 7th, and then it's gone. And then there's going to be a full gameplay reveal trailer at the end of July. So it'd be nice to see something now before we buy into it. I think a lot of people would be more willing to buy into it if there was gameplay video up now, but they're just not going to do that at the moment. Other people asked what system specs it will run on, and the system specs, I can't remember them off the top of my head, but they were very low. Said for full settings, you didn't need a massively powerful rig. I think an i5 and a very low-end NVIDIA GTX was needed. So I'm going to, like I say, make a more informed decision. The thing that puts me off about games like this is when they don't use something like Steam for launching. You know, they're doing it totally off their own back. It's all through their own website. And I guess a lot of games like this who launched this way avoid Steam now because they take a lot of flack on Steam. Steam's very community driven, and people will jump on games that don't, you know, promise on what they're offering, what they're promising to deliver. So that kind of puts me off a bit, but like I say, I'm still going to look into it and maybe go for the second tier access, where at least I'll get in on the alpha and get to look at the game before I decide on maybe purchasing more. They do say that the first 5 expansions for this game will all be free. It's going to have dedicated servers, it's going to play a lot like World of Warcraft, where you'll be able to swap between servers and you take your character and everything with you. So it does sound like it's going to be good in a lot of respects, but yeah, I'm going to hold my judgment for later on. But by all means, I'll put links to the websites below and you can check them out, see what you think, you know. Let me know in the comment section down below whether you think it's a bad move to go for a game like this, or whether you would go for it, whether you like the look of the game or not. So anyway, guys and girls, thank you very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.